Welcome to the Savage World of Artists, where you'll meet some of the most savage artists from all walks of life sharing who they are while we give them some random drawing prompts. My name is Mel X.
Hello, I am Andre.
And this is episode 2 of the Savage World of Artists. And our guest this week is a great painter. She's an oil and acrylic painter. Her name is Gabee, and you can find her on Instagram at gabcakesxx. And we're gonna have a lot of fun getting to know her. So stick with us and let's jump into it.
We're ready to go.
Oh, so I can curse now?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely curious.
I'm
Hello.
so proud of this visibility. Like, yeah, man, this is a good setup, Gabby. We should be thrilled.
What is it,
All
like
right.
a cane? You good?
No, this is my janky tripod. I was like, they can't see it. They'll never know. They know. They know.
All right. So there should be. You should be able to see my screen. Like, you see me doing stuff. Like,
Nope.
opening stuff. Nope, you don't.
No, I literally you're just little silhouettes, like just little icons. That's it.
All right, that's weird. All right, let's see.
Yeah, I just see names. I'm iPhone, and then MXA and Andre. Fat Guero.
That's my Twitch if you want to join in. I'm just,
Oh,
just throwing that out there.
shit.
Mondays and Thursdays. Mel, I'll find you if you edit this art. Bro.
Monday.
I'll find you. Yo, I see fingies. Yo, what?
There you go. That's what we need.
There we go.
She's gonna do a live drawing?
Yeah, she's gonna draw. Live. I'm not, because I'm a chicken shit. I'm gonna do it big. With
No,
my
you
iPad.
have to now.
No, bro, too late. My shit is already set up.
Too late.
Wow, I really overestimated how much my camera. I thought my camera was gonna zoom in like crazy. So I'm like,
Yo, I like your setup. It's very arty. I like it.
Yeah, it is. It's perfect. It's perfect for this situation here.
it's a hot mess. It's exactly what everybody wants to imagine. It's like
Are you on portrait mode, or are you on what is it called?
I am flattered, absolutely flattered that you think my phone has portrait mode. When I tell you that I have a VHS TV behind me, and I'm like your grandma who you have to explain how to use like a regular television, that's me. That's what I'm drawing. Like, I have an iPad here. Who knows how to use it? Who knows? Like,
Where did you pull that from? It just appeared. You're a magician. What?
movie magic!
Movie magic. What do you have on your desk? Is that a can of Chunky's chicken noodle soup? What is it?
No, this is like, see, this is the thing. I was like, here's the thing. I was like, I got this shit on lock. I'm going to just push everything aside. They won't see shit. Now you can see everything. My whole facade, my whole lie, all my smoke and mirrors, done. Useless. Like, look at, I'm just going to move that for legal reasons. Like, I was like, Gabby, you're fucking brilliant. I was using my video setting on my camera. I was like, if you can't see it in this shit, they can't see it. You can see it. You can fucking see it. You can see all of it.
Move the hand sanitizer. Someone's gonna rob you for that. You gotta be careful with it, dude. That's gold.
That's BS shit, There's so much. You know why? Because there's alcohol in this. You could use some Japanese cherry blossom spray, and they'll probably clean you better than this. But it's got Mickey.
All right, what do you want to do for the intros, Mel? You just want us to be like, hey, what's up?
You want to do the intro, or you want me to do the intro?
What's the intro? Is it like a paragraph?
What do you mean paragraph? No, let's just welcome. Let's welcome Gabee.
All right, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the savage world of an artist.
Hello.
Yes, welcome, Gabee, and So this is our guest artist, Gabee, and she's a very old timey type of artist. So we'll see.
So you doing a callback already?
I don't know.
Oh my
She deals in retrospective art only using video recording cassette tapes back from when the blockbuster times.
I feel like that Squiggles lady. Welcome to my studio. Look at this sponge clip. For $1.99, you too can have this sketchbook. Like, what the?
Oh my god, I can't.
Old timey, like I feel like I'm a carny. I'll draw your picture real good before you get your funnel cake. Like,
Your funnel cake, your popcorn, your pink lemonade.
anyways, we all float down here. Like,
What? Was he have a New York accent in the movie?
no, but I would. I mean, like,
We're taking artistic liberties. Is this a show for
legal
artists?
purposes.
Yeah, for legal. Oh, that's true. I didn't even think of that. So Gabby, also known as Gab Cakes XX on Insta.
Yo,
Sounds much more salacious than that.
once you say it out loud, you do see kind of the
Yeah.
understanding there.
I've had, like, that was, like, my fucking AIM handle, man. Like, I have had that for years, and Rihanna drops one song, and suddenly I'm trying to, like, be something I'm not. Like,
You're like, please no.
so, but, I mean, it works. It brings the people in. They don't stay, but it brings the people in.
All right, so we're gonna jump into it as far as drawing is concerned. So our resident prompt master is Andre.
Oh yes.
Andre, what say you?
Well,
What
I see
curses
that
do you have for us?
on your Instagram you have like a bunch of Disney shit. Do you want to draw yourself as your favorite Disney character?
Oh my god. I have to draw myself. I don't think I've ever drawn myself.
That's fine. Or a version of yourself. Like you could just come
As
up
a
with
Disney character?
Yeah, like a Disney princess, like your own movie, which is like a
Oh
starving
my
artist.
god.
You like sold your ear. You're like a Pablo Picasso or something. Whatever you want, we're here for creativity, you know?
I've turned it into a wind chime.
Yeah, like, oh, yeah, my ear's now a wind chime. Yes.
Please, look at my oddities. Like, princess, fuck. More like the Disney princess who was like, no, I'm gonna be an artist. It's not a phase, mom.
See, it doesn't have to be a Disney princess though. You could be anything Disney
I'm gonna be
related.
like
Yeah, like put your
Black Sheep Disney princess. She's like, she does that now. She sells her stuff at fairs. I'll draw you before you get your funnel cake.
really, please.
Disney, you have a big umbrella with Disney, which includes Marvel. So how far are we going Disney? Are we
Oh,
talking about
are you trying to
Disney?
like loop this in so you're
Yes,
just
I
like
am. I'm finding loopholes.
Oh, he's like, oh, if that didn't stress you out, here's some extra anxiety.
Yeah.
A whole extra universe, an entirely different saga of tales to like.
He's just doing it for himself because he's just like, I don't think I could draw Disney, Mel. I don't know.
You
What that
know
looks like.
how I like to celebrate the holidays? I spread stress. Like, thanks so much.
Like you ever been to Mickey's Not So Scary?
No, I haven't. I probably, as a Floridian, I should have. I feel like at some point. Jeez, I don't like.
It's
Am I like allowed to like think about this for like a second?
yeah, dude. Again, we'll edit it in post. If you get 5 hours, Mel could do his cool like editing techniques. Don't worry about it.
Christ. How did you go from 3 hours to 5 hours? How does that even work?
2 hours of pondering.
He's like, don't censor me.
This is raw and unfiltered.
I'm gonna end up with 24 hours of footage.
I need to spread my wings.
But in Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, like Jack Nicholson, Jack Skellington comes up.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm just gonna draw myself as Jack Nicholson. That's it. That's
yo,
it. Like,
yes.
me as Jack Nicholson.
Just be like, it's technically Disney because of the joke, and we went on a weird like path. It works. Just work with it. It's fine.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Here's Jackie.
Oh my god. Now that's what I want to do.
Hey,
I got
like,
ideas
Just
for
give him
that.
like Mickey Mouse ears and like be like, I look like Jack Nicholson in my mind's eye. Don't worry about it.
so I mean, if you that's a good challenge. If you draw, what is that movie where he says, "Here's Johnny."
That's
Whatever.
The Shining.
The Shining.
The Shining. Mickey Mouse as the Shining character.
Face like that over my bed at night. If that that tells you anything about my mental stability.
Hell yeah.
If that has any razzle dazzle to who I am, that movie. Oh, let's not even. We don't have time for that.
We have time. We want to hear this.
Yeah. She said that 24 hours is as high as he'll go. So.
Oh God.
We'll draw the line there, but we have all the time in the world.
That's me as Jack Nicholson as the Joker eating a cheeseburger at whatever basketball game that was that picture.
Oh my God.
That's fucking sick.
That's what I'm saying. The minute Jack Nicholson came into play, I was like, I can much easier see myself as Jack Nicholson than I can as a Disney princess, which I don't know if I'm more thrilled than I am depressed about it, but I feel like if I was stable, I would be depressed about that.
Easy then. Do that, right? Do the Jack Nicholson, but just give him Mickey Mouse ears. Just blend his hair disgustingly into these amorphous Mickey Mouse.
Oh, this is stuff of nightmares.
Did you?
This is weird nightmare feel. My God, I can hear Ferris wheels and children's laughter. It's terrifying.
So Andre, clarify once more for the audience. Clarify the prompt. What is the prompt?
Well, now the prompt is just Disney, adjacent at least. At least, if she does Jack Nicholson from The Shining, just give a Mickey Mouse tattoo somewhere. It won't be good enough. So the prompt's gonna be just Disney adjacent. Here's Johnny.
That was pure nightmare fuel.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, huh?
Oh my.
Oh. Disney, please don't sue us.
Yeah,
We love you.
No, I was just gonna say, there is copyright infringement somewhere there. That is delightful and terrifying on point.
I'm gonna get abducted on the night by the Mouseketeers. You have the voice. You come to Disney. Yes.
You are a perfect vessel for Lord Disney.
Yeah. I'm so excited for this. I can't wait until to see what you guys do. Just Disney adjacent. I don't care what it is. It could be anything you want now. Just put something Disney related in the background. I don't even care anymore. Let's go.
Am I allowed to look up a Disney character if I need
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. You can use. I guess for this one, there's references definitely allowed. Since the prompt is established, Gabee can't draw horses, so
Oh my God! Yeah. Oh.
I told her not to mention horses. If not, that's where you're gonna go.
I'm so glad that's not. I would have just hung up.
I'm gonna need to see your My Little Pony persona, please. If you could draw your best horse, thank you.
It would have just literally been I just flipped the table. You hear me somewhere off in the distance. I told them. I only agreed to this if there was no horses. Did nobody clarify? Because my mom listened.
Oh my God.
Where are my 24 bottles of Aquafina in my waiting room? Where are they?
I asked 6 bottles of hand sanitizer. I got one. I'm out of here.
6 bottles of hand sanitizer.
We sent her
Aloe vera. I said aloe vera.
I like it plant-based. And this is what you give me. 67% alcohol? What is this for? Who is this helping? I feel like it's really sad how quickly I saw something for this as opposed to I'm just going to go right to the big paper.
Yeah, oh hell yeah, let's go, big paper.
All right, I'm one of those annoying drawers though who's okay, scratch, and then clean lines an hour later. So
that's fine, dude. This is to show the normies, the non-artistes, what it's like. Me, basically, people like me. What the art process is like. Someone screams at you over a Zoom call of writing prompt, and you nervously jot something together and pray that it's good enough. That's how artists works, right? That's how art works.
Oh my God, yeah.
Throw something up and see what sticks.
So you're Florida local?
Yes.
Nice.
Unfortunately. No, I'm just kidding. I love Florida. Let me not say that because they'll come for me.
No, like
See,
I mean, Florida.
Most Floridians dislike Florida. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that's like our thing. It's our
Yeah.
gimmick. We complain and stay here.
exactly. Like I fucking hate this place. I can't live anywhere else.
Honestly,
My spot.
that's a true Floridian to be like, yeah, you live in Florida? Yep, 30 years. All right, cool. How is it? Hate it. Not going anywhere else.
If someone tells you they live in Florida and you're like, oh, how do you like it? Oh, I love it. You're like, you're not from there, are you?
Yeah.
Like,
You chose.
you moved last spring, eh?
Oh, in Nova Scotia, yeah.
Oh, gosh darn, I do love that Florida weather, you know. Oh, I love a Publix. Oh, I love Publix.
Best sandwiches. Forbes magazine 2019. Let's go, Publix.
How do you
Have
even
you ever heard of
How
a
do you know this?
CSE
Because I'm from
mask?
Florida. People were parading on the streets. Did you miss it?
I did. I didn't know Publix had a whole award because of their sandwich. I mean, I know the sandwiches are amazing because I stuff my face with them.
Because I'm from Florida.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know they had awards. I didn't know it was world renowned.
It's not a award. It's a Forbes magazine.
I mean,
It's not,
rich people.
it's not like time of the year best sandwich in USA Publix. This is Forbes. Just some guy on the internet was just like, "Hey, this Publix, this sandwich pretty good. 10 out of 10. All right, cool."
I feel like I'm going to say something incredibly controversial, but I have literally never had a pub sub.
Oh, we're gonna have to edit that out. Can you bleep her, Mel? Like when you I've
No,
never. and then just
please,
bleep it.
I will pay you. I will pay you to edit that out. I can't let that be what ends my career. I will be canceled.
This will be the first scene in the whole freaking video.
No, the whole thing is
to
different
clarify.
now. You're gonna Mel's gonna do a whole new intro. The video's gonna start, and you're gonna be like, "Well, in today's episode, what we thought was gonna be a good time turned into something far worse than we could have ever imagined." Just dramatic music,
like set up like a Dateline episode.
I'm gonna turn it into a whole documentary into Publix first.
We expected the worst, but what we could have never expected was.
So you've never had a pub sub? That must have been wild.
Apart from that, you're an excellent cook, though. It's I've seen your videos of cooking; they're mouth watering. You're an artist of the kitchen as well, though.
Oh, I really appreciate that. But can I say what I think every time someone tells me that? Listen, this is bullshit because I'm going to tell you right now. I know for a fact, I'm a decent cook. It's good food. I'm not a chef or trainer or any of that, but I can throw some good food together. But every time someone tells me that, I'm like, God, wouldn't it, just for the sake of the joke, because that's what I live for, wouldn't it be fucking hilarious if everyone's like, wow, my God, the food, she's such a great chef, and then they tried it and they were like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is this? Just what a gag that would be. The biggest hoax. Everyone's over here gassing me up weekly for all the shit I post, but then someone tries and it's like, oh my God.
But have you ever had anybody say that though? Straight up, I doubt it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't want to alarm anyone, but I'm the shit. No, I'm just kidding. But I can make good food. I just can. But fuck, wouldn't it be funnier? It's terrible. I'm too much of a narcissist to ever do it. If someone came over and I was like, God, this is the day I'm gonna give them something that looks amazing. It's gonna taste like shit, and they're gonna be like, wow, she is trash. But I am way too big of an egomaniac when it's in the kitchen to do it. I'm always cooking. That's just maybe that's the only reason I have friends. We do these things called game nights, but I don't play a whole lot. I'm usually in the kitchen.
Game night, no games, only kitchen.
No, I'd much rather be in the kitchen. I tell them, I'm like, no, go play the games. I like to hear your voices in the other room. It makes me, it's nice.
I'd say no, you're a real cook. If you're a real cook and someone else is in the kitchen, you're like, what are you doing here?
Oh my God, yeah, leave me alone. Yeah, for real. I'm not gonna lie. No, you don't need to keep me company. I'd rather be here. This is for me. It's not for you guys. I'm just a selfish piece of shit. I'm not cooking because I love anyone. I'm cooking because I'm like, yeah, come over, eat this, tell me I'm great, and then get out by 9:00. Get out.
The board game is here for you to wait for my cooking, and that's it.
Just come over here, tell me I make the best roasted chicken you've ever had, and get the hell out.
I'm like picturing, because like you said that like it'd be funny if it was bad, and like because the food world is so pretentious that like the people around you have like already staked their claim to hype you up, so everyone has to fall into it. They're like, oh no, it's not bad, you just don't get it, and then it like hits them in the ego, and they're like, no, I get it, it's great. The way she puts Skittles in fondue is fantastic. You're right, I see it now.
I understand.
I get.
Honestly, that sounds like the art world too. That's how unfortunately, that's how artists, or not even artists, really the critics are like the ones that are the gatekeepers of what looks good or what's art and what's not art.
That's a fact. Yeah. It's always the ones who like, I mean, I don't want to say this because this is such a blanket statement, and that's obviously not the case and everything. But yeah, it's really about someone who probably doesn't even really create anything, but runs around and it's like, no, but I like this and I like this and I like this. And I was like, God, this really just negates the whole fact that like art is subjective, isn't it? Like, they're like, art is subjective. And you should always grow as a person, but no, only do one kind of art or you'll never be successful. Like, there are so many fucking contradictions that you're just like, what? Like, why bother?
And then meanwhile, people are like smearing like one streak of paint on a canvas and being like, "This is what's the word? What's the word? The art that's not art, but it is art. The like
abstract.
Yeah, like this is abstract.
Art that's art, but not art. Someone's gonna come for him for that one.
No. What happened?
We appreciate your patience, Gabby. Oh, I'm so sorry about this.
But of course, I have literally nothing else to do.
Yeah. So, as I was telling Mel, like when you were just like, oh man, those abstract people are gonna go after him, and then the call ended, I was like, oh no. Like, please no.
I was like, I'm fucking out of here. They're not gonna come for me. Not again.
You can just hear like window crashing.
I was like, not those fucking Pollock people. They're coming. The Jackson Pollocks. They hate me. But like for real, I'm like, sometimes I'm like scared to be like, no, I don't like this piece of artwork because someone's gonna be like, how could you? And it's like, Jesus Christ, I'm not allowed to like not like green. Like, fuck. Which is a terrible example because I fucking love green. But the point remains, like it's okay, people. Like, you're allowed to not fucking like a piece of art.
Exactly. And I think artists are kind of like looked at like, oh, you can't say that. But when it's somebody who's not an artist and they say, this doesn't make sense, that reflects the feeling of a lot of artists. Like I personally, and I'm probably going to get, like you said, probably, canceled. I don't like abstract art. That's not my thing. I don't like it. I don't get it. That's my deficiency as an artist. I don't like it.
Yeah, like there's some stuff that I'm like, oh, okay, I dig that. Yeah. And then, like I find out that it's abstract and I'm like, maybe I do like it. And then I'll see like a Rothko, which is just fucking blue squares. And I'm like, fuck this guy. Like, I'm sorry. Like, are his people gonna come for me? Like, but I don't know. Like, I just don't care for the blue squares. And that's okay, I think. Like,
yeah, it is. I mean, that's where the gatekeepers come into play. Like, no, you can't. That is art. That's a masterpiece. Like, you can't even explain how it's a masterpiece. It's a square, literally. It's just a square. It's like geometry. That's okay.
I saw him go up there with some paint tape.
Painting pickles, but all of a sudden I don't like this abstract painting, and I'm a monster. Or you're like uncultured and you don't like understand art, and it's like, bro, okay, yeah, I get it. The blue square, it's ocean and soul and celestial. I don't like it.
Exactly. And in another perspective, it doesn't mean that it's not art. That's another thing.
Exactly.
If it satisfies a certain emotion towards the person or from the person that's observing it, That's what art is. It motivates somebody to start thinking. Like the fact that I don't get it makes it art. I don't get it, but it doesn't make it any less art. Somebody put effort.
Yeah, I mean,
had a thought.
the fact that it almost makes it more interesting, makes it more exclusive, and everybody loves exclusivity and shit, right?
Of course.
It doesn't really justify how expensive those pieces are that are so simplistic. Like that's where it really boggles the mind. How can something sell for like millions of dollars when it's just a line on a canvas? Like it's all about the name, the person that's doing it.
It comes right back to like the clout and like who's backing it. Like it's so much more than just what you're looking at. It really is. Like it's insane. I mean, there's so much to unpack, honestly, behind what it is to like be an artist. I feel like it's not just like creating shit. There's so much misconception. Maybe not even misconception, just like a lack of truly like understanding how much shit really goes into certain stuff and like people's motivation behind what they like and what's being purchased and like God, and then gallery culture, like all that stuff. Like, I feel like there's a lot of progressive things happening. There's a lot of people who are like, nah, fuck this. Like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make my own space where we're going to show different stuff and we're going to show more like women artists and more, we're going to have more diversity in the art that we see. And we're not going to just stare at shit that's like a fucking 100 years old or it's just that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot more going on, but there's still such a culture of just like, oh my God, here are these fucking trees, and here's this, and this is it. This is fine art, and that's it.
Yeah, it's the gatekeeping. It's like you can't, you're classifying what is and what isn't, when in reality, there's some talented, and it's unfortunate to say it, unknown artists. Like there's no name, quote unquote, artists that are beast. Like they create some of the most soul-searching pieces that are out there, and God bless like the internet and
sure,
Instagram, stuff like that puts it in people's eyes, because galleries nowadays, they won't put stuff out there. They're searching for names. They're searching for
the brand.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you come with? What are you coming with? What kind of crowd is behind you? I do think about like where you're at can affect that a lot too. Like obviously Miami is such a great city, and I'm happy to be here as an artist, but there's definitely, it's a double-edged sword. There's so much amazing like culture in this city and so much art and so much different types of art to like just like like you can literally just like eat the city like every day and it's like a new meal. You know what I mean? Yeah. But there's also this like, I don't know, like culture of like, you got to be like this and you got to be like, I don't know how to like eloquently articulate.
Like, this is cool. This is what's cool. This is what's
like
noticed.
And then it crushes me sometimes because I feel like, there is so much fucking talent in this city. So much talent in this city under the hands of like people who aren't like these loud motherfuckers who are like in your face with all of this, and they're like, I got this, I got the money, I got this, and I've got this attitude, and it's like, yeah, but they're better than you, but you're getting all this because you're so loud. Like, does that make sense? Like,
yeah, it does.
I'm sounding judgmental, and I don't mean that. And there's nothing wrong with the loud ones, but like. But
it's true though. It's true, and there's a lot of as far as Miami is concerned, and even Fort Lauderdale, because that's where I am, Fort Lauderdale or Pompano. There's some art brokers that really what they're doing is taking advantage of good artists, artists that are having, getting a lot of attention and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's becoming a corporation or an industry where you have brokers just taking advantage of their talent. And it's sad because that's how it always goes. The same thing with what is it called? The event that is always in Miami.
Art Basel.
Basel became just it was one thing and it became a whole industry. It became a whole like.
Yeah, and what kind of killed sometimes is you see a lot of, and again, like, I don't know, like, maybe I'm like wrong for this. Like, I don't participate in a lot of that, not out of protest or, oh, gross. Like, no, nobody's asked me to do anything. And maybe if they did, I would. I don't know. Like, I've not been in that position. I'm not worried about it either. I'm not feeling like, and I feel like this can be the problem too. Like, I'm not feeling like I'm less of an artist because I'm not in those kinds of situations. And I feel like that's what I think that's what I was trying to articulate. That's the kind of culture that can happen, like in a city like this, where there is so much art and there's so much creativity and so much talent and so much electricity in a city like this, where you can almost feel like you're not an artist. Or you're not this like force to be reckoned with or this talent to be seen if you're not out here in the same way as other people. Like, oh, if you're not doing murals or you're not at this event, you're not at this person, like you're not here cutting it up with this person, you're not a fucking artist. You don't get to say it. And I feel like you see that with a lot of talented people, and it's like, no, dude, no, not at all.
Not at all, exactly.
You can stand all fucking day and just create and put your shit out there digitally and like through the internet and through these streams and stuff and like through your people, like your little circles, and you have every fucking right to call yourself an artist. Like, you don't need to be out here doing all of that. Like, maybe, yeah, it'll benefit you in some ways, it'll damage you in others, but like, it doesn't mean you're not a fucking artist. Like, and in this city, like, you're not doing Basel, or you're not like chilling with these people, or you don't have like art up over here. And it's like, it's not that like cut and dry, I don't think.
You're right.
There's a lot of people that are like out here with all that attention, and I'm not saying they're not good, but it's like, okay, like,
it's not necessary. It's not
exactly.
It doesn't make you or break you. That's exactly. Very true, because the culture is turning into something that this is what you have to do to be considered a successful artist. What success? What really class? And I think this goes for not just art itself, it goes to a lot of just life in general. Success is not having a lot of money, it's not having a lot of people know who you are, or, you know, it's none of those things. It's how content you are with what you're doing with the time that you've been given. That's what success is. At the end of the day, if you're satisfied with what you've accomplished, so if your goal is to, be in that world, then okay, that's your own success. But if you choose not to be in that world, that's also success, because you're doing what you want. That's, we can't, it's not cutting, it's not one thing or the other. Art is, like you said, is subjective. So life is also like that. Success is not just one thing.
Oh, you're not making money? Guess you're not an artist. Yeah, like, what the fuck?
No, exactly.
Terrible. Like, what?
Exactly. People will be like, oh, but you've only made mere pennies on this. Gross, peasant. Like, it's like,
what?
No, and you know what? And the crazy thing, too, is that's actually another fact. And I think that's something people don't talk about. If you go around and you talk to, like, I feel like any just starting out artist, and I mean, shit, me, I feel like I've been at it for a few years now, like, chasing this is just like my career path, and shit, sometimes I even struggle. I'm like, how much should I charge? Like, how much, like, you struggle with that. But I feel like, especially when you're just starting out, the biggest problem is like how to properly put a price tag on what you do, because to you it's like so profound, and it does take so much out of you, and like you are pouring yourself literally into like what you're doing, and then you get like giving it away, you're birthing something and you're like, bye, like you're like,
out to the where you go.
Yeah, you're like, I'll give you this for 5 nickels tomorrow. Like, you don't, it's weird. It's weird, but it's necessary. It's business. And okay, you have to bring business into it, which is another weird thing that can hinder the creativity right there. Mixing those two worlds, but it's necessary if that's what you want to do. So you deal with it. But what bums me out, and it's such a staple, and it's so fucking true, and it's unavoidable, it's like, okay, you can be fucking incredible, but if you don't have like 1 million sales behind you that were like thousands a piece and shit, and you don't have all this like recognition, all these accolades, all this clout, and all this blah blah blah, God, don't you fucking dare! Don't you dare charge what you should! Like,
how dare you?
Do it.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard enough to price, like you said, to price your work, like what you put your soul into. That people guilt trip you, like you're gonna charge me that much, but I'm your friend.
Exactly.
Like,
I want
on.
45 separate. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say it. I don't usually talk to people like about the issues I have, but this one was so like outrageous to me. And I'm not gonna name names. And I didn't even like. I just told the dude like super honestly and cool, and we're still cool. I was just like, bro, this is not gonna happen. Like, I was like, I don't want to sound like a dick, but insulting. Like, I'm not insulted, but it is insulting. Like,
Yep.
because he wanted, he'll probably never listen to this, so whatever. I don't think he's artists and our opinions, because he told me what I should charge for something. Like, it was like, which sucks, because you have people that will be like, oh, I want this, I'll pay you this. And it's like, where are we? When did I set up the garage sale? Because someone will just show up out of nowhere. You're just living your life innocently, bystanding through your day, and someone's just like, hey, I want this. I want this picture of me, and I'm gonna give you $3, and you have to be like, yes.
And you're gonna enjoy it. And you're gonna like it.
You have to be like, I love it, thank you. You have to be so great. Like, people expect you to be like grateful, like, oh God, thank you for seeing my value.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for the $3. The Big Mac that I can purchase with this picture of you.
I'm so thrilled. Like, it's what? This dude comes to me, and again, I don't even take it as like he's trying to like be like a dick. I feel like people just really don't get it. Like, to them, it's just like, we swing the door open to our studio, we twirl to our desk, and we just pour out the paint. We go like this, and it's perfect. Like, I feel like there's this romanticized idea about how artists get shit done, and it's like, no. Sometimes we cry. Like,
I just wanted a horse. No!
Fuck no! Like, I'm gonna make new business cards that just at the bottom there's like a little asterisk, and it says, I will never paint a horse for you. Like,
anything else except for a horse.
It's like, fuck you and your horse.
Like, super specific. I also wanted to keep them up at night a little bit. I want them to be like, why? Why won't she do it?
So, Gabby, let me ask you, just to, because you kind of said, about that you're in this world. How'd you start drawing? What's your history as far as what motivated you to be an artist in general?
I really don't like being told what to do. No, I'm just kidding. I don't, but it's always been around. Like, it's just, I feel like the older I get, like, the less any other answer is true. Like, I would love to be like, well, I was on a vacation with my family in Rome, and I saw like no, it's nothing. Like, it was just around. Honestly, like, God bless my mom. I love that crazy bitch. Love you, mom, if you're listening, because I know she does. She's my only fan. She's always been an artist in her own right, and it was always around. Always. Like, she was big on all of it. Music, film, drawing. Like, she just turned everything into an arts and craft project, and it was hard not to be in it. Like, you know, some people like force their kids into sports, or like they're like pageant moms. My mom was like an art mom. Like, take this macaroni and make something.
Is she an artist herself, or is it just that she's always encouraged your being creative, express yourself?
No, she was an artist herself. I mean, I like to say, if you're an artist, you're always an artist. Yeah. It doesn't matter what your day job is. It doesn't matter how long it's been since you've picked up whatever it is that you work on. So yeah, she's an artist in her own right. She does a lot of stuff. I know it's gonna sound mad lame, but like, I love that bitch, and she is my muse. Like,
right on.
It's always around.
That's sick. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's cool, man. She's like crazy as hell. I tell her all the time. I'm like, yo, you have definitely fucked us up, but also made me cool. Like, I'm with it. Like, you know, you get some, you win some. Like, it's just, you lose. Like, you fucked me up, but like, I'm pretty creative because you're so fucking insane.
You may be crazy, but now I'm funny.
And she made me crazy hell. Like, she is batshit crazy, but she's creative as fuck, and she always like, she definitely never sheltered us from like stuff. She was always like very like direct and honest, and like she let us like watch movies and explain shit to us if something came up and it was like, okay, maybe it's not totally age appropriate, but you're gonna like, life is life. So we were exposed to like all kinds of music and all kinds of shit, and it just, I feel like that kind of exposure from a young age, just like being like so like stimulated by everything, because you're not being put into this like little box of like, you can only watch cartoons and you can only do this. And I mean, I'm not telling people how to raise their kids. I'm just saying how the fuck I was raised, and I'm fine. Maybe not, but like I'm fine. I feel like when you come up like that and like your mom's always like encouraging you to like ask questions and like create stuff, that drive stays in you, and you're always asking questions and creating stuff. So you're just like, you just become inspired by like more shit than one would think you need to be inspired by, like only movies and this and that. Like everything starts to become, I feel like I sound like I'm so full of shit. Like I'm inspired by everything because I was raised to be brilliant. Like no.
One time I saw a leaf fall and I cried for 2 hours. It was
2 hours, and then I painted my swan song. Like no, like I definitely. Yeah, I mean, if it really, like, we're really narrowing it down, I gotta say, like, it started, like, it's rooted at my mom. She was always, like, pushing us to just, like, just really dive into everything. And I feel like that perpetuates, like, a creative spirit in and of itself. Like, even if you're not an artist or whatever, but just being, like, pushed to, like, always question. And, like, if you like something, go. Like, learn what you can about it and teach yourself whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be something you learn in school. And it does, like, that was a big thing too, I guess. Like I was never pushed, like my mom definitely, like, you gotta have good grades, you have to do this, but it was never like, if you don't go to college and if you don't get the most amazing grades, you'll never be anything in life. Like being an artist is a life choice. Being an artist is a viable life option. And I think that's definitely a privilege. Like I say that, and as I say that, and I say that like in life and I move through life, I know that it's like a big bummer because I feel like not everybody comes from that, and that sucks because I definitely had that. Like my mom, which is a contrast. My dad, God bless him, he's not like that. He's like, no, you should go to school, be a doctor. Like, but my mom's like, no, an artist, like an artist.
That is also an option.
Career. That's an option.
Go to school, be a doctor. No. Go to school, paint a doctor.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Or it's like
but
that
I was
meme.
like, I don't want to go to school. I don't want the loans. I'll never make enough to pay them back.
But you're right. You're 100% right. And a lot of parents don't look at at being an artist as a career, as being something that's viable for somebody. But if you really look at it, most media, most movies, cartoons, things like that, they need artists. You have storyboards and things like that. So it's definitely a viable career. It's definitely a career. Even if you're a painter, which you're amazing. You're an amazing painter. So that's definitely something that's viable. You can definitely make that a career and make money. I think you're 100% right.
Like I always like say it to her. I'm like, you're batshit crazy, but I do thank you so much for always being super supportive of like that spirit, like not shoving a box, like being like, yeah, like an education, that was always important. It was like, yes, an education is everything, but you can teach yourself things in life. That's a privilege. That's the biggest privilege I have, because I know, like, I don't say that lightly. Like, I know that's not everybody. And I might be privileged in every way in life, but I was certainly privileged there, and I don't take that for granted. So I got to give the bitch credit. I was like, it's said with love, I swear. But like,
she's gonna like throw a rock through your window and be like, "I heard you call me a bitch," and then she'll come in and be like, "Besitos, mwah. I love you."
I know, and I told her earlier, I was like, "I'm gonna be doing a podcast, Ma." And she's gonna be like, "Oh, lovely, I'm gonna listen to it." And then like in a couple days, she's gonna be like, "You're a real piece of shit, you know that?"
You called me a
You're
bitch
a
5 times.
Piece of shit. It's gonna be like, you're an asshole. Couldn't you have just been nice? Couldn't you have just left it at that?
You're like, they wanted real. I gave them real. Mwah, love you.
Couldn't you have just been like, oh, my mom's great. Done. Oh my fuck. It's that Cuban guilt, man. Do you see how even like when she's not around, I'm like, I gotta talk about her, or oh God, like God forbid I have any success and I don't give her the credit she deserves. Like, yeah, just send me like a separate link to give her. Like it's 3 minutes long and it's just me talking about her.
She's my muse. I love her. That's it. Like, it just ends.
And she's like, oh my God, it's so nice. How do I put this on my Facebook so all my friends can see that my kid loves me more than their kids love them? I swear to God, like, that's what it's about. Like, yo, Mel, you follow me on Instagram. You know, like, people are rolling around for my mom. I feel like that bitch is like, you're the star. I am not the main character of my life. At all. I don't know how I became an extra, but like I'm not even like the supporting role. Like it's my dog and my mom. That bitch.
You're basically the cameraman or camera person. You're just
for real. My God, yes. I'm not even on screen.
Narrator / camera person.
Fucking facts.
Can we talk about this drawing though? Look at the door. You know exactly you know what's going on there, right?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like do a whole lot of cartoon work often, but I really do enjoy it. Like I don't do like original like cartoon work often. Like I like to like recreate shit I like because I'm like stealing's fun. No, I'm just kidding.
Steal like an artist. That's what they say. You gotta steal like an artist.
Is Hanna-Barbera gonna come after me for this?
No, like Disney's like, I was gonna sue her, but we're gonna buy out Hanna-Barbera, so it's fine. No, it's cool.
She's inspired us.
Yeah, more money.
But we're not gonna pay her for the idea. Fuck that bitch.
She gets away with one. Only one.
Oh,
no, they're coming in hot for you right now. These Mickey Mouse ears. Let me tell you.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm hyped as hell. I mean, you said you don't do much original cartoons and such, but I've seen some of your paintings, the ones with the hair. That series that you have with the ladies and the hair and the colors. Oh man, that's one of my favorite things that I've ever seen. It's the lines. It's just kind of like a mix of paint and ink type of situation. That's definitely original and definitely something that's it's my favorite. One of my favorite things that you've done.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, those came about like randomly earlier in the year. And like it's definitely different from the stuff that I usually do. Mm-hmm. For sure. It's kind of like a blend of stuff I used to do when I first started, like more of like my like spookier shit and just like portrait work and stuff, and my weird obsession with Dolly Parton and really big hair. Like it's definitely the more fun work. Like when you see me working on stuff like that, like that's when I'm like not thinking about shit. I'm just kind of like having fun. Like that's my stuff. Even though like, yeah, my other shit's my stuff. I'm not so full of myself that I can't be like, okay, yeah, I painted this and yeah, great, I did a good job, but it's fucking Donald Duck. Like it's not original. Like I'm not gonna sit here and kiss my ass forever because I painted Donald Duck. Like,
yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. It's something that's more of it's your creation. It's it's that pride thing. You take more pride in something that's originally coming from your brain. That's something that you're just walking to.
Like me as an artist than it does to me as like a technical artist. Because I'm not saying to take history to paint Donald Duck or whatever, but that comes down, I feel like, more to technical skill than it does to creativity, unless you're like really throwing like your twist. Because I'm gonna tell you, like, they're like, as we both know, there's fucking tons of artists that like will take like original characters that we all know and like do some crazy shit with it, and you're like, oh, I could have never fucking thought of that. I don't think that who made that fucking guy could have thought of that.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying there's no room for it, but like I definitely know when I'm like recreating shit just because I'm like, I like it and I want to throw like a little of my razzle dazzle on it. I know it's not really the stuff that I would want to like solely speak for me, like as an artist.
Definitely understand that. It's there's something special when it comes to original art. And like you said, yeah, there's technical and then there's creative work in a way.
Yeah.
So, is this you? Are you drawing yourself as Johnny? Wait, is it Johnny or Jack?
It's Jack. He calls himself Johnny.
I love it. That's so great. So, are you gonna draw that the girl that's I've all right? I'm gonna be honest. I've never watched. See, I need to. I told
Boy,
you about the nerd points. My nerd points are probably now at 4, 5,
are you
maybe
saying The
3.
Shining is a nerd movie?
I think so. I think it's a cult classic. So I mean that I think qualifies as nerd culture right now.
Yeah, but you
So.
can't go to like a D&D table and be like, y'all seen The Shining? Like, it's a different nerd.
What's the percentage of people would say, yeah, I've seen this shit. I'm a fucking nerd.
What the fuck? Yeah, I've seen it. I'm a nerd. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I have quite a delicate voice when it comes to
Bro,
this.
whenever he says, "Oh hell yeah," have you guys seen the Harley Quinn show on HBO Max?
Yes.
No, I don't have HBO
Oh
Max.
my god.
He sounds like Kite Man. Oh hell yeah!
Yes. I love Kite Man. He's so lucky. Like, how is it? How I don't know how he went over like Ivy, but he did. That's the most unlikely coupling ever.
He's the worst.
He is the worst, but he's also the best.
It's like,
Oh shit.
I'm gonna make the door handle Mickey Mouse. I'm gonna
Oh
put the door
my
handle.
god!
Yeah.
Artistic integrity.
All right, so we got the Mickey Mouse head and the Mickey or the hat and the Mickey Mouse door handle, and are we gonna have the screaming wife?
Something like that.
It's just Minnie.
I'm gonna tell you though, I'm like thrilled I didn't have to draw hands.
Yes, that's the way to do it.
I don't like that stuff. Like, I fucking hate drawing hands. I will find any usable excuse to keep hands out of a drawing. Like, she should just be holding flowers. There we go. Like,
That is the artist, the bane of most artists' existence is just drawing hands and feet. And I've said it before. It's I hide them. I just hide them behind smoke, rocks. They're holding a sword, so all I have to do is fingers. So those are sausages. So who anybody could draw a sausage.
Oh my god, I'm looking at the hair thing that you were talking about, Mel, on Gabee's. Oh wow, this thing is crazy. Look at these
Right?
hair pieces. I saw them before. I saw them last night because I looked over her profile last night. I thought they were drag pieces. Like they seem because like the crazy hair.
Mm-hmm.
They seem like very stylish in like a drag way. They're beautiful. I didn't look them.
Thank you.
The color scheme and everything. It's your use of color is one of my favorite things that I admire about your art. And you paint with oil, right? Mostly with oil.
No. I mean, I do and I don't. I feel like I use maybe equal oil and acrylic. The big haired chicks, those are all acrylic. If you see like a lot of my portrait work though, like more like refined, if you will, portrait work would be like oil, but mostly acrylic, which I feel like granted, I don't know shit. I'm not classically trained, and I'm pretty sure anybody who has any kind of like proper training would just shudder at the way that I use oil paint or the way I abuse technical shit. But people are always like, oh, acrylic's not so workable, and I'm like, I find that to be a load of crap. Like, I don't know, I love acrylic. I feel like, yes, oil paint blends like butter, but like,
yes,
acrylic's pretty fucking forgiving. Like, just, I don't know, paint in a lot of layers and
Yeah, just paint over it. You fucked up. Just paint over it.
To admit, I've tried oil. I've never mastered oil. I mean, say mastered is that I can get something that's, satisfactory. I've never had anything satisfactory in oil, so I stay away from it. So I'm more of, if I do paint on a canvas, it's going to be with acrylic. But the way that you have, the way that you get acrylic to be so smooth, the way that you get oil to be so smooth, it's just like the Bart Simpson, like that is so smooth. Like you have it, like I don't know, you give it dimension, and it's like you fade the color in and out. It's like I don't know. It's just that's hard to get. That's hard to.
It really is, and I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to expose myself completely. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. Like, I mean, I tell people all the time, I'm like, I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh, I'm just so I'm a prodigy. No, at all. Like, I will literally do something 70 times and I'm like, God damn it. Like, freaking out because I'm like, fuck. I like, and I practice, I do my shit, but like, I am an asshole because I don't sit around and do like a lot of practice. I'm one of these motherfuckers who's like, I'm going to do it and I'm going to be amazing the first time I do it. Nope. I'm going to be pissed 75 times over because I'm going to keep doing it. But I get so arrogant and like, just like determined, I guess, but like an asshole kind of like determined to just like get it done right. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I did it. Yeah, it wasn't that easy. It's like a complete battle with myself constantly. Like, I'm sure I blended that. I could say with full confidence, I did that fucking head like 16 times. Like, I will just keep going over something. That's why I look so smooth. Not because I use gesso. And I'm like, oh, you paint in layers because that's how you're supposed to. No, paint in layers because you're going to fuck it up 10 times. And that's the practice.
That's right.
Practice. So every piece you do is just going to be a grueling experience. Art therapy? What's that? Like,
it's art stress.
literally just stress all the time. I'm never having fun. No, I definitely enjoy it, but like, I always say I have this like weird fucking thing, and it's not because I'm a perfectionist or, I mean, yes, I'm driven and all that, whatever, but every next piece has to be like the best I can do in that moment with every, like, it has to be the absolute best. And like, it's just like this weird thing, but it's not like an admirable thing. It's like a fucking arrogant thing, and I need to work on that, quite frankly. When someone tells me something like that, I'm like, oh, thank you so much. But then I feel like a dick and a fraud. Like, thanks. Bro, no, it was not fucking easy. It hurt the whole time, and I think I have tennis elbow because of it. Thank you so much. Like,
Mel is like, yo, that looks 3D. And you're like, because it is. There's like 50 layers of paint on it.
that's exactly what it is. It's like, not to say I'm not good, but it took a while.
Yeah, no, I get, I definitely get that though. Like, but that determination, I don't think a lot of people, as far as, you know, in life, have that determination like that. Artists, we tend to stick to something until we get that effect that we want. Some artists do it more, you know, more to I don't know if it's obsession. It might be like, you know, like you said, yeah, it's obsession to get something perfect. It's an obsession for us to want to have something that's perfect to us. You know, if we're satisfied with it, you know, fuck all. You know, we're happy with it. Not that we don't appreciate people saying, "Hey, yeah, that's awesome," but it's more like, I feel good about that. I broke my ass making this. You know.
No, yeah. And it will most literally also haunt you. Like, it will actually keep you up at night. And especially now when, like, as artists, we post everything. If we don't make it good enough so we can sleep, like, it's going to haunt us. We're constantly going to be seeing it. Like, we don't have it anymore, but we're going to go on our fucking Instagram and see it. And it's like, I hate it. Because I have a really hard time, like, putting out something I don't like. So... And I feel like as artists, there's always something that we don't like. And even if we like it today, in like a couple of weeks after we've done some other stuff, we're going to be like, garbage. I don't even know who that was who did that. Like,
it was me from another life.
Who is she, darling? I don't know her. She's dead. Like,
you know,
honestly, me about her. I don't know her. Like, fuck.
You say that it's like me from another life, but in reality, it is. It's like, you know, as artists, every piece that we do is us growing. So we see something that we did before, and you see 1,000 different ways that you could have done it differently, you know, and things that you would have done, quote unquote, better. But at that time, it's like, shit, I did good, you know, I did good. But once you look at it like a month or a year later, it's like, damn, that's like, I could have done better. But at that point, you are better. So, you know, it's a growing thing.
That's like, as a commission artist, I'm sure you can understand, like, doing any kind of commission later on, at some point, there's always this moment where you almost like feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I've definitely had these moments where like time after like has passed and I've given something to somebody and I was proud of it then. I was happy to hand off that work. I was like, this is good. But they're like months later will go by and like you do something else or like you maybe something slightly similar and it's like better and you almost feel like you should hit them up and be like, hey, give it back. I could do better. Like you almost like you owe them something.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I'm like, fuck, I could do so much better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking at your Instagram. You also do a lot of not as much as murals, but I did see that you in your studio you have this flower piece, and that's also like amazing. Like the flowers that you make are freaking spectacular.
Thank you. Yeah. That's like a guest room now. It used to be like my old studio, and it was like, again, god damn it, that bitch always finds a way to invade my life. For my mom, she was like, I'm feeling Havana Nights. And I was like, what? I was like, of course you are, because you just got to have one fucking tacky room, don't you? And I was like, not on my watch. They won't say this about me. They're not going to say I put this haphazardly together, and I won't let you go to fucking TJ Maxx and buy some weird canvas art. Nope. I was like, I'm just going to give you hibiscus flowers so you can call me a good daughter, and I can put my phone down and not have to see for a couple days.
Those are the mom points. You're gaining mom points right there when you're doing that. Both saving her, because it's original art, but also because, the daughter did it. The daughter did it.
Oh my God, yeah. And then I get to call my brother and be like, "Here, garbage."
I
And
painted
she
her
loves
flowers
me
on the
more.
wall. What'd you do?
Oh God, I tell her all the time, and I'm like, "Yo, you might love us the same, but you like me more, and they're different. Like, there's differences here. I'm liked more because I'm more likable, and I've earned it." I think artists are just competitive by nature. Jeez.
Talking about competitions, when you were younger, did you enter any art competitions, or even recently, have you done any of that?
No, I don't think I'm actually like. I'm gonna say it, and it's gonna sound crazy. I don't know if I'm really like competitive. That sounds terrible. Like, I think being competitive is a good quality, but no, I never really enter any competitions, especially not now. And when I was younger, anything I did was like an art teacher put me into it. When I was real little, I don't want to flex too hard, but I did get honorable mention for the Ronald McDonald House. Okay, for something. Drawing I did. I don't remember what the drawing looks like, but I'm pretty sure my mom has it in a gold frame in her bedroom. Joan, you didn't realize who you had on the body.
We have a celebrity. Oh, that's great. What year was that? Do you know the year?
God, I have no idea. I want to say like 2003. Like 2004. Yeah, I was like in the 4th grade. Like, there's nothing impressive about this story.
Well, that's really cool. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
It is. Oh my God. Leave it to Andre.
I want to find it. I hope it's like. Watch it be like her best piece. It's like this glorious thing that she like.
Oh my God, it was done with crayon, and I'm pretty sure the texture of whatever table I was drawing it on is a part of the drawing.
I got a feeling this is gonna be what's his name? Daffy.
This is gonna be Donald and
Donald, that's his name. Jesus.
Did you say Daffy?
Leave me alone. Remember my
here,
nerd score.
I'm telling you, is gonna be my best work. I can feel it.
Where's Daffy from? Is that
That's Looney Tunes?
Oh,
that's one.
Again, my score is 3 as far as nerd knowledge right now. So
I mean, your biggest hit was still thinking that like every nerd knows The Shining.
Listen, I'm gonna stand by that hard. If I don't,
Your whole community of people that would agree with you. So I mean,
I'm gonna stand on that hard because, like you say, yeah, a lot of people are gonna agree. Yeah, like they're gonna identify as nerds, and they're gonna.
He's trying to pull in like the cinephile like audience. He's gonna bring in the movie people. That's how he gets us.
Exactly.
Hell yeah, that's how we're gonna get him in here.
I would say most Star Wars fans know The Shining as well. Hey, Star Wars fans.
People with money in their wallets. They all know The Shining. Hi, everyone. Every single person. People who breathe know The Shining, of course.
Humans. Hey, humans.
Yeah, hello, humans out there. How y'all doing?
Yo, the sweat glands or the sweat drops. Yes, he knows what's coming.
I don't have like a really good reference for his face, so I'm trying to like rework a normal picture of him looking scared. He always just looks angry. I need him to look terrified.
Afraid.
So just do the same with the eyebrows up, right? Like same face, just eyebrows up instead of down.
Just
like
doesn't even have eyebrow problem.
He has like eye skin.
The eye skins.
Eye folds.
Like eye flesh.
Eye flesh. Eye folds.
That's hilarious. Yeah, he genuinely looks scared right now. He looks like he just shit his pants there.
Oh, he should. That guy's gonna kill him. So, because I'm a nerd and I know everything about The Shining, the original actress who was in The Shining, was actually bullied by everyone who was in that film when she was actually scared in that scene, saying, "Jack, please stop."
Shelley!
She was actually begging Jack Nicholson to please stop because he was scaring her.
Oh.
That's an actual
Here's Johnny, Shelley!
Yeah, she was like, "Please stop, that's not in the script, I'm very scared."
So she was that fear, because that's a very good scene. Like, her fear is genuine. That's why it's so good.
Yeah, like legit. And then like the director of the movie was also really mean to her and would like scare
Kubrick is like, fuck
Kubrick,
you!
yeah.
You want to be a star?
Everyone was just so mean to her, so she was like, I think she either quit acting shortly after that movie, or she just did one more and then she was done. She's like, fuck this.
Jeez.
Yeah, Shelley Long really didn't do a whole lot. Now that I think about it, she was she did some modeling and shit, but like,
because there were people like popping out of random doors, and be like, "Please can't."
Can you imagine that? Modeling, which is supposed to be like very hard as far as people bullying you. She moved to modeling instead of acting because of Jack Nicholson bullying her.
Jack Nicholson and Kubrick.
It's like, this is less bullying, so let me just go here.
This is nicer.
he's like, this is a much more welcoming environment. I need to like, what's he gonna do with his hands?
Put smoke. We learned that. We learned that today. Just there's smoke.
Just smoke. Just all smoke.
There's smoke there.
No.
Like,
He's just gonna be ahead. He's also coming out of the door. He's not wearing any fucking pants.
I like how like with Donald Duck, you drew like a perfect Donald Duck, and then like the character next to it is how you envision yourself. Like that's what I'm picturing. What you see every time you look in the mirror.
That's what everything I cook sees. And when I hang out, I'm gonna go make some pasta, and that's what it's gonna see.
The pasta's like, I'm gonna get fucked up by her, aren't I?
Here's Parmesan.
Yo, that's a spot on Donald.
Honestly.
Donald, right? I didn't say Daffy, right? Okay.
No, it's okay. We know what you meant.
We're judging you, but we know.
Yeah, we know. It's okay. Like, Gabby, do you encompass the spiritual like essence of Miami in your paintings? Because you do a lot of like the Havana leaf stuff.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just basic and I like a good banana leaf or something. I don't even know. Is that a banana leaf? Or
I'm talking about
like,
I call them Havana leaves. They're like always on those Cuban shirts and like the Havana shirts.
Oh, like the Monstera leaves and shit. I just like a good palm tree, you know? Like the next girl. Like, who doesn't love a good palm tree? And I mean, yeah, fuck, it's on everything. So maybe I've just been brainwashed into liking it. I was like from like Minnesota or something. That's not so well. I don't know what they do in Minnesota. What's on their shirts?
I don't know, this leaf. Ah! Because like your Bart Simpson has them on his shirt too. And like, do you like freehand them, or do you actually get like a leaf from outside and like paint over it and then peel it off?
What I like to do is I like to go into the brush and I find the perfect leaf at the dew of the morning. No, I'm just kidding. I literally freehand it 75 times until it works and then hope for the best. Like, much like I'm doing right now with this little half circle. This should be easier than it is. You know, I will say this though. I keep a mirror next to I always have a mirror on my desk because I flip everything.
Yeah.
Like, that's like my only advice to anybody who's like, Gabby, how do you paint or how do you do that? I'm like, dude, just like try everything and just like go for it, and you'll figure out how to do it. You'll figure out a way that works for you. That's literally how I do everything. But the only like advice I could actually give someone is like, take care of your fucking back and flip your work in a mirror. Always. I always flip my work in a mirror because like you can immediately see shit that I'm not seeing looking at it like this. Totally changes the drawing. It's like flipping a selfie. If you want to cry, flip a picture of you.
Oh no, I'm scared now.
You want pain.
Hey audience, we want you to cry. Flip your selfies now.
Yeah, flip them now.
Take a selfie. I don't care how good or bad you look, and flip that shit. Flip it. That's a great strategy, though. That's the flipping of the canvas. That's something that, you know, it's a lot of trained artists. Like I'm self-taught, and you said you were self-taught. You don't have any formal training, right?
Outside of like high school, like art classes and shit like that. No.
Yeah, but they don't usually they don't show that those are pro tips basically. That's stuff that you pick up by really studying art independently, and that flipping the canvas is one of the most effective things, and you do catch a lot of things that you normally don't. And stepping away from your art for a while, that's one thing that I myself also
you gotta it took me a long time to learn to just like turn it around. Just turn it around. It's like like suffocated a little bit. Like just turn it around. Don't look at me. Fucking, you have to like step away. You gotta stop looking at your shit at a certain point, or you will literally go bad. Yeah,
and it's that we get used to seeing it, and either we don't see the mistake or we see everything as a mistake. So,
your eye. You don't realize how much your eye is going to the same places. You're not seeing shit, and then you'll come back later, and you will literally. It's like, what is this? Who put this here? Like, who sent you? Because you're just like, what am I looking at? This is so different from what I was staring at before, because you're so fucking like dead set on seeing something that might not actually fucking be there because you're crazy.
It's shocking sometimes coming back to things and you realize, I fucked all this up, didn't I? Like, all this shit is wrong. But that's art itself too. It's always just trying, just doing it and doing it over and over and over again. Like, and that's what a lot of people don't understand, that we don't just put lines on the paper and suddenly boom, it's good. We try, we do a lot. And so pay us, damn it. Don't just like
pay us.
Don't just think that we just do something and it's perfect the first time. It's perfect.
God, really?
It's perfect one time out of like 10. So
it's like, I need to. Where's like the existential crisis fee come in? Like your commission sent me into a complete depression. I need your money. Like where does that come in?
Yo, curse you, man! I can't stop flipping all my pictures. It looks so weird now.
Is that what you're doing?
That's like, I can't. Like, I'm listening, but I'm like, fuck, look at these pictures.
He's like, oh, I hate my face.
It's a dark hole you don't want to go down, man. Just stop. Just stop now.
It's too late.
Gabby, you said that, you watch a lot of Real Housewives and things like that.
God, I can't believe I said that. I mean, like, I watch everything. That's the problem. Like,
but it brings you inspiration, though. Like, a lot of the media kind of gives you some motivation to keep going, right?
Not the Real Housewives. Those bitches definitely don't inspire me. That was totally facetious. I just have this thing where I find it almost very grounding to watch people who, I mean, I don't want to say they're not people and they don't have real problems, but watch people yell about nothing, because I'm like, oh, it's okay. Your problems are real and you're doing great, because look at them. They're a fucking mess. Like, it's fucked up, but it's therapy. Like, no, like, I swear to God, I always make this joke. I'm like, dude, it's so funny. It's like the best people watching. Like, it's crazy. Like, if I hadn't gotten into art, I think I would have definitely gotten into psychology for sure. Like, I loved that in high school, and like that's what I wanted to do. And then I was like, oh, you're too fucking crazy to deal with other people's problems, so maybe not. Do what other crazy, like, do the other thing crazy people do. Become an artist. Like, that will work for you. And I'm telling you though, like, if had I stayed like on that trajectory, I would have like done like my dissertation or whatever on like the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Like, for sure. I mean, honestly, it's mindless too. It's like a guilty pleasure thing, but it is funny to see how like dynamics. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like as stupid as some of the stuff is, like you do just like just watching people. I mean, like you're watching that kind of show or whatever, you're just paying attention to like the dynamics around you, like in your life or your friends or whatever. You do realize like we're all fucking the same, and it's so much easier to understand people when you just pay the fuck attention because like these dynamics are hilarious, and you just get to like watch how like easily us as people like coming from like our own positions of like understanding can like make the most simple things so fucking complex. And you're just like, oh god, we really are the problem all the time.
It's humans. It's always been humans.
You're like, it's us. We keep searching for someone to blame. It's us.
And it's funny you say that. It's like, yeah, because I mean I don't much watch it. I've seen things similar to that, but the psychology of man is that sometimes we look outside for things to blame. You know, like there's a lack of
accountability.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's the word. Exactly, we don't take ourselves accountable and realize that hey, maybe we fucked up. You know, maybe
a problem.
yeah. I'm the problem. I'm the one that did it.
It's like so, and we're always so shocked. We're like, oh, it's me.
It is me.
Wait, what?
Yes.
You don't say.
Yo, that Donald is perfect. Wait, Donald, right? Donald. Yes.
No, yeah, you're good. No, it's okay. It's okay. You said Daffy because you said Donald. You thought
He's
of
gonna
Trump.
go back and
and
he's
you
gonna
just, like-
fix the original Daffy, and he's gonna like do a voiceover, and it's gonna be like, oh yeah, you're doing Donald. Like,
I'm just gonna insert voice, Donald.
It's like the Microsoft voice, Donald.
Donald.
No, I leave all my fuck ups. I'll leave all my fuck ups. They're all there because yeah, I'm human. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. Also, this is the
Donald.
Savage World of an Artist, and you're the artist,
Yeah.
so you're allowed to.
Well, I mean, the artists are the ones that are. Well, okay, I am also drawing, but the artists are specifically the guests. So just to
But
show
you're
that
also an artist.
I am. I'm not saying that I'm not. I'm just saying the artist, the Savage World of Artists, the artist part, it's not me. It's the artists that are guests. So,
Oh, it's
but that's
so good.
spot on, yo. That's really, really good,
I
and
love it.
it's so good.
I love it. Look at him.
He's so scared. He's just literally shat himself. He's terrified.
That's. I feel like that's what the character actors feel like. He's like, I want to take a picture with you.
Kubrick is like, that's what I was looking for.
That's the terror I want.
That's a star.
Yo, but Kubrick was insane. Like he was
Oh, yeah.
both a genius, but also like insane. He had some crazy theories, didn't he?
Of course.
Like he was out there. Like, didn't they say that he's the one that directed the moon landing? Yeah. Man was yeah. And he's isn't he the one that created what is it called, that religion? Scientology?
I don't know. That I don't know.
I
That
think
we're gonna
so.
have
I
to
thought it was
research.
Tom Cruise.
Probably, honestly.
Let me look that shit up.
It was like
Oh no, my bad. It was Ron Hubbard.
yeah, like I think it was a science fiction writer that did that.
But I mean,
All gods are aliens.
Yeah. No, he said that we're all aliens. We're just inhabited by their spirits are like we're possessed by them or something like that. It's an insane well, I mean, hey, if there's some Scientologists out there, we love you. You're the same as us, but also aliens.
Yeah, you can't tell them that, dude. They don't want to hear that. They want to be alien stuff.
Oh man.
My dog is like going in on one. Thank you for this ASMR.
It's exactly what we needed.
The true artist.
His name is Magoo, right? Magoo?
Yeah.
His balls are famous, I would say.
What?
Dude, you are truly so vulgar. It's
Bro, Andre, if anything, you have to see this dog's ball. For real, you have to see this dog's balls. They're freaking amazing, bro.
I've never even seen. I don't know what kind of dog it is. You're like, bro, it's cojones, man.
The dog reminds me of it's from an old cartoon. He's like his face is really like sad all the time, or like
Oh, Droopy?
It's like a droopy type dog.
Going
down, yeah, just like that. It's so hilarious, so cute, but his balls are huge.
What the fuck? Oh, I see him. He's so cute.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he's a real asshole. Like, everybody's such a fan. I don't know why. This is a toxic relationship. If anybody wants him, let them know that they can. Hi, I'm here today to see if you want a dog. I just had to promise him my firstborn to get him inside.
He seems like he I don't know, like you said, like he's the main star. He definitely acts like very humanish. Like he acts makes you feel guilty in a way to do things for him.
Oh my god, yeah. He's a complete being gaslit 24 hours a day. He's a fucking monster. The psychological abuse is outstanding. I mean, it's almost impressive how he manages to find so many ways to make me look like a bad dog owner. Like, he's like literally standing across the house too, kind of giving me this face. He looks like, if I could describe it perfectly, and anybody who knows him, I guess, would say this. He looks like the fucking like old school vampires from Buffy. Like he's got like a fucking eyebrow. Like that's what he looks like. He has this fucking face on him where his just whole face melts forward and he's just like frowning at you and you're just like, fuck you, what is that? Really?
Like, what now? What did I do?
He's like,
do you guys remember those old commercials? Just one look is worth 1,000 words. Yeah, that's him, and all of the words are "fuck you" when he looks at you like that.
I was gonna ask you about the monsters. The wife. I don't know her name, but it's a painting. It's one of your paintings.
Yeah, Mama Monster.
Mama Monster.
Yvonne DiCarlo.
Is that like a passion project for you? Because I've seen it before. Like I've seen you working on it for a while.
I have really been working on it for years. I will probably die before it's ever finished, and I'm gonna be like this. Like, this is not even a joke. But, like, I probably will never finish it because no bullshit. That might be the last great thing I do, and that's my greatest fear. Like. I'm really proud of that piece. If there's one piece where I'm like, I did it, like, it's that one.
It's really good.
I don't have that much left to finish, but I swear I'm like not doing it because I'm like, surely it can only go downhill from here. Like,
so, do you have other pieces like that you've sat there and kind of they're staring at you like, finish me, goddammit, finish me.
Like everything. all of it, all the time. Yeah. Until it goes out. Oh my god. You hear him? Like until it.
They talk about me again, please.
I have a pet cow because that's what he sounds like. Can I help you, sir? I like really.
Also, I saw his balls, dog. They're huge. They're like the size of his eyeballs, dude.
This is literally the second episode it's just kind of like midway through. It's just about balls.
True. It's because we're real humans talking about real human shit. People talk about balls, dog. Well, back to your monsters piece, though. Like the green on the background, like, it makes it look like she's glowing almost. It really makes it pop. It's insane.
It was originally pink, man, and then I accidentally fucked it up a little bit, and I needed something like way darker to cover it, and that ended up becoming like a super happy accident. I was like, oh, this is like very like Universal Monsters type shit. It was giving me life. I was like, okay, Gabee, nice.
It definitely works. I mean, you're saying that it's you probably won't finish, but I mean, isn't that most things, most art we're not satisfied with? We just stop. We stop working on it. We just don't work on it any longer. So
Oh,
that's
I feel like eventually, I mean, you can always keep going, but like at some point you're like, nope, this is fucking done because like it's done. I feel like you move on.
Yeah, we just don't touch it. We're not really done. We're just abandoned. But
yeah,
most people consider it done.
Sometimes it's done. Sometimes it's just like jumping ship.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, it's like if I touch it any further, I might fuck it up. So I might as well just like.
Yeah, at this point, I'm like, I could finish her shoulders, or I could just not look at that.
I could just never. Like, I'm too busy looking at her face anyway, so who cares?
I'm gonna look at her nose, and that's it. Like, look into her eyes. That's it.
Her eyes are wow. Like seriously, that's one of that section, and the way that you blended the skin is like, oh. I'm jealous as hell. I wish I could accomplish that.
Shit, but like that piece actually, it's a fun one because I have so much like documentation of that, me working on that piece over the last few years because nobody asked for it. It's literally something I just like wanted for my room. And then I became like obsessed with making it like as perfect as I could. And at every stage, and I can look back at like the times that I've posted it before, or like when I like look at old like time lapses of it, and I can like remember at that time being like, "Fuck, this is good." But like looking at it now, I'm like, that looks horrible, like terrible. I've literally watched my growth through that piece. It's almost like. Like that's the one like constant piece of work that I've kept and continued to work on. Like the only one I've yet to abandon up until this point where I really think I have truly gotten to that stage where I'm like, this is as good as it's going to be. And this is what I'll be like left with. And I'm okay with that, honestly, because it's mine. Mm-hmm. But I can watch a lot of growth like happen in that one. That one's for sure, like, which is why I'm like, fuck it. I look at where it's at now. I can't touch it anymore because I don't think there's any more growth yet. Like, I don't know if there is growth.
I can really see it. Like, I'm looking at the pink one versus the new green one, or like
the
worked on green one. Like, it's leaps and bounds in difference. It's insane. It's only like a year too.
Oh my god, there's even a green version of it that you're like, that who the hell is that bitch? And then you see this and you're like, okay, that's Lily. Who the fuck was she? Like, it's for real. And those are only a couple weeks apart. It's that one for me is always going to be like a totem almost to like the fact that like I have grown as an artist. Because sometimes you wonder, you're like, have I? Like, have I in any fucking way?
And you also have that the one that's from Dawn. What is it called? Jeez. The vampire movie.
Oh, From Dusk to Dawn.
From Dusk to Dawn.
Oh, the Salma Hayek.
Yeah. Is that also a passion piece that you've been working on for a while?
Well, the funny thing is it started as a commission, which like with like a super like relaxed customer, like so like dude, like because and this happens, and anybody who's dealt with me like is like. Someone who's bought work from me knows this, that I'll be like, yeah, it could be a couple weeks. We'll see. Like, it could go for a long time. I don't know. It's got to be good. And I bulldozed that project completely. They were like, oh, I want this picture. They sent me a picture originally from like Desperado. I turned it into fucking Dust Till Dawn because I was like, well, if we're going to do Selma, I want to do this. And it was more of one of those things where it was like, it was a commission, but I completely just like took it over and was like, well, this is mine now. Like, this is my baby. And they were just kind of like, all right, bitch, I guess I'll get a poster. Like, so yeah, it did become a passion project, and it shouldn't have, but it did. And it was, believe it or not, my first oil painting ever. I started that before I started Lily. And, well, did I? Because Lily actually started in acrylic and then became oil because you can paint oil over acrylic. So I guess, yeah, no. Selma Hayek was my first oil painting, my first completed oil painting, and my first painting where I ever did like a body, like a full like anatomy. Like I've never done that. I usually just like shoulder up, like a lot of like in like zoomed in portraits, because I don't fucking like drawing the limbs and stuff. And as you can see in that piece, there are no hands, there are no feet, there's no snake head.
There really is no hands or snake head. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I was
until you
looking
said
at that now too. And
Yeah.
I really like the neon fire, yo. Like the neon fire, that effect that you have in the background that reflects right off her skin and everything. Yo, that's great touch on everything. The color, the skin. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. It also reflects off her arms.
Yeah.
That one was a lot of fun, and I'm glad like I never like handed it off. I never cared. I was like, listen, if you ever want it, you can have it. But I do enjoy it, and I also like that it's around, because now that I'm back and like I moved back now and I'm in like the same space as it and I see it and shit, I'm like, I might like put you back on the easel, and I might like update you. I might give you a facelift, because now I look at it and I'm like, okay, like I'm proud of this. This was like my first time. It was a painting that marks a lot of firsts for me. Like Lily marks growth and shit for sure, but that one marked a lot of firsts for me, and I was like proud of the execution. I was like, wow, okay, cool. Because Lily wasn't oil till later on, so she doesn't fucking count in my opinion. So I was able to actually do Lily in the way that I did because I had worked on Selma. Like that had like opened up like I guess like as an artist, and like you understand this, like there are like those pivotal pieces that kind of like open up like something in you, like, oh, shit, like I have a capability here. Like it opens up a confidence, I guess you could say. Like you do something, you're like, oh shit, okay, I know how to do this. So now I can go and like freely try and do it in other places. So I was able to do Lily better because I had worked on Selma. So I'm like glad I have it. But now that I look at it, I'm like, okay, so I did that. But now I'm sure I could fucking do it a lot better. So
would you say it's definitely in your top three, top four pieces that you would say you're most proud of?
Oh, I'm for sure really proud of that one. Yeah, for sure. I did something that I had always strayed away from doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the original picture that I was given, like, you know, it was a little easier. Like she had like more clothes on and it was different. This one I was like, and that's like that thing again where I'm like, nah, I'm just like this arrogance where I'm like, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And surely I'll be a professional off the first go. Like,
Sure, I will show nothing but mastery, even if it's my first attempt.
I'll just be really good. No, bitch, it won't. It really won't. And it wasn't. She looked like, you know, she was bodied down with Danny Trejo's face for like a 6 to 8 months.
Oh no.
Bullshit. No bullshit. She was looking good from the chin down.
Yo, I don't want to have Danny Trejo's head on Salma Hayek's body.
Yeah, good luck unseeing that. Good luck unseeing that. I remember putting it on Instagram. I was like, this went from like Selma to Trejo so quick. Like, how did we get here is the question.
Oh man, but that's the artist's journey too. It's experimentation. The more you experiment, the more confidence you gain to do the things that you were uncomfortable in doing before. And that's,
oh my god, yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It's scary. It's scary as hell. And that's one thing that younger artists, if they ask me, I tell them, they want advice. It's just experiment. Just experiment. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is your best teacher.
Oh yeah. You just jump in and do stuff. I remember, perfect example, a really good friend of mine, Monique. She's a tattoo artist. She's super talented. She's done, some of my stuff. She was like, yo, I don't really ever paint. Can you let's hang out one day and paint? You can teach me how to paint. I was like, dude, I wouldn't even know really how to go about it. I'm going to tell you the honest to God's truth and what I do. And that's why I say I have so much repetition when I'm working on something and I'm doing stuff over and over again, because I am constantly always everything is the piece itself is almost the practice as well as the main show and the main event, because I'm always trying to find a new way to do it efficiently, or a new way to teach myself, because I'm just teaching myself as I'm doing shit. And I think that's the best way for anybody to learn. Because, I mean, yeah, you could do shit textbook, but I still feel like you could probably still find a way that does it that's more suitable for you. So just fucking do it. And she did. She just started fucking painting. And bro, literally, the first like 3, I was like, you bitch, see? Asking me to do, you're better than me. What the fuck? And I painted, this is my first painting. And I was like, oh my God. Like,
and it's all the confidence. It's just having confidence in the fact that those technical skills are going to take effect. And the thing is, like, I don't know, I think I've said that before, but, you know, tattoo artists are some of the best artists there is, because they're painting
best painters. It's insane.
Yeah, because I mean they're working on a more difficult canvas, being the
oh my God.
So I mean a regular canvas or paper, that should be cake. That should be cake for them. It's just applying the same concept, which, you know, is layering and things like that, and knowing how colors work, which is a pain in the ass but also efficient when you want to get something done, shadows and things like that. It's just getting it done, having the confidence of breaking that seal when you first do it. So,
oh my God, yeah, you have to be confident to be a tattoo. You can't just like go in there all fucking stressed. And no, like that's it. That line is that line, bitch. Like,
and actually, in a lot of tattoo shops, the flash on the walls, like that you pick out, you get tattooed. That's tattoo flash. Is painting. They're painted on like whatever, and the artists themselves paint them on there.
More often than fucking not, they're like incredible traditional artists as well as tattoo artists. I mean, please. And then that confidence too, like to just like go for it and like crush it the first time. If they have anything, it's like off rip. Like it's just good because it's gotta be. Yeah. It's gotta be good the first time.
You have no, like you said, there's no undo. There's no, you can't just redo it or anything.
Roll all delete. Like,
no,
you're fucked.
No. That's one thing I don't, like, just because you have talent, just because you're a good artist, doesn't mean you could be a tattoo artist. That's a lot of people. I don't know if they've done to you. Like they always say, "Oh, you should be a tattoo artist. You should do that."
Oh my God! Right? What is that?
What? I'm sure you get that too.
You tell me that all the time, and I'm just like, you know what? It's funny. I guess maybe because some people really just think that the only true art profession there is. And there's still so many ignorant people that I guess could say don't consider tattooing still a really good profession because, oh, you tattoos? Oh, you ain't got a profession. Like, shut the fuck up. But, like, I feel like maybe most people just don't understand that that's not the only profession an artist can have. That's just the only profession I think you've heard that has artist in the name, in the title. Like, I think that's the problem. And the crazy thing is that literally everything you fucking touch, if we want to get super technical, like literally, if we want to like break it down to atoms, bro, everything you touch has started with a fucking piece of art. Everything starts with art. So it's always kind of baffled me that like art is such a like non-tangible, like being an artist is such a non-tangible profession. It's like it might be like the biggest profession. Right through the day starts with like an artist. Your music, your movies, your fucking clothes, your car. It's crazy.
Exactly. Everything has to have a design. So somebody has to put it on paper first before it's actually put into production. And that's the whole, I think the mentality of everybody thinks that everything is just done immediately. Just
oh my God,
it comes into creation suddenly.
Like everyone lives in reels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a perfect analogy. Everybody's in reels. It's a 30-second. No, it doesn't take 30 seconds.
And that's all that people care about shit for too. Like if you don't capture them in 30 seconds, they're not going to give a shit about it. But once they do give a shit about it, they're still only going to care about it for like this amount of time. And that's it. Like,
when I was researching to make this podcast test, most creators said that they just said people have an attention span of about 15 minutes, and that was my goal, to have this be a 15 minutes type situation. But I don't want to. There's no way that I can limit things like this to 15 minutes. I want people to really get to know the artists and things like that, and I want it to have life of its own. So even though that's what people, that time limit that people have, that 15-minute attention span, it's not what we should aim for either. It's just we're conditioning people to just limit themselves by that attention span. It's truly a fast food type of nation, situation that we have right now.
Yeah, and we're all guilty of it, but at the same time,
Yeah.
there's always the exception. When it's something you care about, you care about it. So you want to go beyond that. There are the people who are only going to care about the 15 seconds, the people that are going to care about the 15 minutes, the people who are going to care about the 15 hours and the 15 years. Like, there's an audience for fucking everything.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I love the inking. It's so cool.
I like hearing you love art.
I think if I did it like on an iPad and I got rid of like the scratchiness, I'd be like, ooh, like I feel like it's the scratchiness that makes it look good. When it's refined, it's trash.
Why is that? You know what? There's a thing about pencil art that always has this essence.
I guess it's almost like the difference between like vinyl and like digital. There's something about it. There's like a little soul. I don't know, like the fallout of it, like the smudge.
Yeah.
There's something.
The soul.
Yeah, you can see the human spirit.
And there goes more nightmares.
They're gonna hear that voice and my cackle.
I can't wait until I see Salma Trejo in my dreams tonight, dude.
Thank you for reminding me.
Like a cease and desist.
So Sonia, jeez, I'm gonna butcher her name.
Salma?
Salma Hayek. Why did I say Sonia? Salma Hayek.
Sonia.
Johnny Trejo. Disney. Who else is coming after us?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
The
All
Monsters.
of them are abstract artists.
Oh yeah, abstract artists. They cut off our stream the first time, man.
The scariest of them all is probably going to be my mother, but you know.
I'll let you suffer that all by yourself.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I'm the only one she's going to be able to find.
You might be able to finish, and then I'll jump into my prompt.
It's the same prompt.
Is it?
Yeah, you just do something Disney adjacent with you in it.
Oh man. There's no clues.
Yeah, your clues are whatever you want as long as it's Disney in it. You can literally do whatever you want. You can be like, it's me with the gun and the gun has Mickey Mouse on it. I'll be like, cool.
You're gonna have to give me ideas.
I feel like he really had the reins on the prompt thing. And then we got into like a conversation about The Shining and Jack Nicholson, which is just such a force of nature. And then it was just, it couldn't be overlooked.
He took over. If you want, Mel, what's your favorite movie, Mel?
That's hard to say, man. I have many.
Alright, cool. What's a movie you can think of right now at the top of your head? Any movie. But you already thought of it. You're thinking movies right now. Just name it.
I am, and I first thought about the Shining because I'm looking at a Shining, and that's not my favorite movie because I've never seen it.
Well, it doesn't matter. Any movie you've seen. What's the last movie you saw?
Last movie I saw. What's the last movie I saw? Spider-Man.
Alright, cool.
Spider-Man. But I don't want to draw Spider-Man.
Well, no, just draw, the body with your head, and then he has with Disney ears or some shit.
That seems self-gratifying. I don't want to do that.
I don't know. That's what the prompt was supposed to be, you and Disney, and then we got to The Shining cross Disney.
Yeah, I kind of this was more about me, whatever I'm working through.
That's your own self.
I hijacked the whole thing. Now it's about me and my problems. What does it mean?
Oh man, that was your own therapy you're dealing with. I don't know what I'm dealing with over here.
Yeah. I don't know. What's a Quentin Tarantino movie you like?
The one with the bride, Kill Bill.
Alright, cool. Put yourself in the Kill Bill outfit, and then, I don't know, put, fucking Mickey.
Oh,
no, we're doing the outfit.
Disney. Okay, I like this. I like it. I'm gonna make it Disney.
You're in the Bruce Lee outfit with the katana, and then Mickey's in Lucy Liu's place with, the fucking chainsaw or whatever else she had.
I like where this is going.
Easy peasy.
And somehow implement balls. No.
Alright, Melorino. Have you decided, or are you just gonna do what I said? The Kill Bill mill with Mickey.
Oh yeah, so we're doing a Kill Bill with Mickey.
Hell yeah, I'm so fucking hyped.
I don't know how this is gonna go. Let me, Gabby, what would you say was your your toughest hurdle as far as, I guess, in the art world? That have you had to deal with galleries and things like that? Have you had to do that world at all?
Not really. I mean, ironically enough, I've just like worked in a few, like not so much like shown in them as like artists. And I think the culture can be a little like interesting, but not interesting in like the most complimentary way. I'm always just like, oh, it's the politics are weird. But not so much like galleries and stuff. I think truly, if I'm being super truthful, and this might sound like funny, but like selling myself, which I guess sounds weird because it's like you're supposed to be selling the art, but like I think you do have to sell yourself when you're selling your work, and that can be like almost weird, like because you're like, I know who I am, but how do I tell you?
Yeah, definitely get
or like the story, because I don't want to act like all my work is. I'm sorry, I painted Selma Hayek, and it's body be banging, but is it profound? Not really. Like,
and there's a lot of expectations too, like in that type of world. Like they expect a certain
like you're expected to have a story and like a mission. And I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot that I create for me that's like that for me. Like it's cathartic and it's an exercise in like truly just like releasing something. And in some of my work that some people might think is just like, oh, it's just this, like there's a lot of personal shit that goes into our work and our little Easter eggs that like mean nothing to somebody, but they mean everything to us and all that. But like, I don't know. I have a hard time like turning that into profit. Like I don't really, you are expected, I guess, often to have like a very strong message with your work. And as much as art can be like revolutionary and say so much and this and that, I don't think that you always have to be that. Because that can be a lot of fucking pressure. It can be like your art doesn't matter if it's not speaking to everyone. And it's like sometimes it just needs to speak to you. And sometimes all it needs to say is, I fucking like this. And that's it. Like, it can be hard. I think that's been my biggest struggle. Not so much like trying to find a story to put behind my work so I can sell it. No, but like because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put something fake. And I'm not saying others do, but they might. I don't know. But like, I'm not going to try to like bullshit something to like make it something that it's not. But I do struggle sometimes with like, oh, does it matter? Just like, do I matter as an artist if everything I make doesn't say something? You know what I mean? Something profound. If it's not like speaking, like, and I think that's a pressure that we shouldn't put on ourselves so much. Like,
I agree completely. I actually had a debate a while ago with this girl on Twitter where she was saying that if you're an artist, your responsibility is to have a message with your art no matter what. You have to talk about social issues with your art no matter what. And I disagreed with her. I told her, no, that's you can't enslave artists to say, hey, you have to talk about this or that with your art. That's not what art is about. Art is about free expression. You have to express yourself freely. If you force an artist to do something that is not what they want to create, at that point their art really isn't their own voice.
Yeah. And there's no authenticity there either. Like if someone's trying to speak something, I wanted them to speak it because it's so heavy on them that they have to create something that speaks volumes to what they're feeling. And not to say if you don't create something. A lot of people, and like, I know sometimes I like tumble over what I'm saying because I don't know how to articulate it, but I feel like this is the right way to say it. For me, I always used to say this. It doesn't stand as true now, but I didn't always paint like with my emotion and like paint to let things out. I painted shit I liked so that I could like deal with the shit I was dealing with. You don't always have to turn like, you know, that like the struggles of the world or your struggles into art that speaks exactly to that. You could just paint as an escape from that and paint the fucking butterflies and paint like Mickey Mouse and whatever the fuck you want to do. It doesn't have to say I'm going through this or I'm hurting because of this social issue and this world problem. Sometimes you can fucking create something that has nothing to do with going on, and that's an act of like fucking speaking on it too. You're like, I'm choosing this, motherfucker. Like, I want to be happy.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Not every that's the double-edged sword that is social media. That it feels like everything has to be shared. This is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm doing. This is, it's cool and all, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, it can be great to share. It can also be unhealthy to share everything. And what works for some doesn't work for everyone. Oversharing, to me, might be exactly what this other person needs. That might be what literally gets them through the day. And see, like, I know that I post a lot and I talk a lot of shit and I say a lot of for me, I know, and those who are in my life, like, know that, like, I'm not really sharing my life. Like, I'm not lying. This is my life, but it's a section of it. It's a compartment of it. It's not, you're not seeing everything, and I'm not expressing everything like that to, like, the masses, the 32 people that watch my story. But you know what I mean? And then there are those who, by telling whoever is paying attention, every little thing that's happening, everything, oversharing, everything. It's not oversharing. It's exactly what they need. It's exactly what works for them. So, I mean, it really is to each their own. I think everything is like art. It's just fucking subjective. I mean, like, I'm a piece of shit, and then you just suck. But like,
it's also like a struggle that a lot of people have. Are like, oh, I want to paint what I want to paint, but like, it's like this internal battle of you want to do what you want to do because you put your soul in it, but then you also feel like you have to force yourself to do something just because it'll be profitable, but then there's like no soul in it.
Yeah, and people are gonna like it, or oh my god, and you just like hit on something so big too, especially with this social media culture. Like, it's amazing. It's so great because now as artists we can just put our shit out there, and eyes will fall on it, whether they like it or not, or it turns into anything, whatever, but eyes are seeing it, which was always like, if you're an artist, the only way you're going to be seen is if you're in a gallery, and that's not always the fucking case. Not everyone's in a gallery, so that kind of kills that idea, and it's great. But now it's like, if I'm not creating and I'm not posting, I'm losing like my right as an artist. Like, I'm not an artist. Like, oh, this is what I do. This is what's expected of me. So I'm not creating. And then now you're almost kind of like forcing shit out just for the content and just for the eyes. And like, there's no soul. You know what I mean? Like, there's such a fucking like, and then you start to like, I know a lot of other people feel this, but I don't know about like you in particular. Like, if it go a while and I'm not like sharing, so I'm always working on something. But if I'm not sharing, I'm like, oh God, like, I'm not sharing anything. Like, people are going to forget that this is like what I do, or like, what are they thinking? Like, who is that? Like, it's just like a projection of our like fucking psyche, because we're upset that we're not creating anything that I guess we deem worthy of showing or whatever. But it can like really fuck with your head. You almost have this like straight, like, who's enforcing this obligation? But you have this like obligation to create. You feel like you need to, even if like there's nothing inspiring. Oh my God, his face.
And that's also that part of social media where it's like, people, are they gonna like me? It's like, are they gonna forget me?
Yeah, like,
am I
you're not
to show everything.
Then you don't matter anymore.
This is such a weird. Why, Mickey? You're mad. I don't care, bro.
Well, he's the Kill Bill. Of course he's mad. Also, Mel, the prompt was also you Disney Plus movie, so you're gonna have to put yourself with like a dead body or some shit.
my head.
Yeah, just like your head. He's like, oh, I told you to stop talking shit there, boy.
He's such a badass.
I mean, he's mad all the time. You ever play Kingdom Hearts? He's mad all the time in that shit.
Is this what Mickey looks like?
In Kingdom Hearts, yeah.
Right.
Like, I like how you give him like a like super buff arm.
And he's holding a sword, so muscles.
I love it. Look at this epic ass Mickey.
The like arms, definitely. I've never felt so like scared.
This is what you see when you act up in Disney World and like the security guards take you to the underground basement part, like the security headquarters. This is what you see.
Right? Like this is the Mickey you have to. This is like the boss Mickey you have to fight before you can leave. They're like, you can either go to jail or you could fight.
You can fight your way out.
We will either prosecute to the fullest extent of the law. My God, Disney Joe must be terrifying.
Oh, the only story I've heard about Disney Joe is when I was a wee tyke. I think I was like in 5th grade.
He was a wee lad.
When I was a wee little lad, I was in 5th grade, and like one of my like, you know, 'cause we used to do those like school trips where you go to Disney like once a year or whatever. We went and like some of the kids were like tilted over like one of the kiosks things. They were like pushing it, and like the way that it was described to me was that like the plastic tree opened and 3 guys in suits came out, and then those kids were gone.
Jeez.
Never to be seen from again.
I saw them in school the next day, and they just don't blink anymore. They just never blinked ever again.
The little gargoyles at the Haunted Mansion. They're the trapped souls of the children who've been arrested at Disney. Disney's like getting arrested in like a different country. Like, you know, like you could get stuck there. Like you can't because of their laws.
There's no extradition. You're stuck.
Like, you know that fresh baked cookies smell when you go into Disney? That's because underneath Disney, it's like the Denver airport. It's just like this huge open space, but it's just a giant kitchen with these big air vents, and people are just cooking the cookies.
The kids that aren't allowed to let go, they're just like sitting there
It's
baking.
like an American Dad, like what's his face? Walt Disney's just baking those cookies, but it's really just the kids who have like stolen things and stuff. Or who like punched Goofy in the face.
all the
Dude,
character actors are like broke character.
I read something once that like they have like really hardcore rules about the characters like in the costumes and stuff. Like if you are feeling sick because the heat or something, like you are expected to throw up in your mask and like it chills so that you can like be taken back inside. Like you shoot them a signal, like your handler. But like if you have to barf, you have to like barf on yourself. Like you have to barf in the mask. If like you're still around the kids, you cannot speak. You can't take off the mask. If you have to faint, well, you better hope you do it behind the doors. Or if you faint, you better hold on tight to that mask. Like they are so crazy about it. They're like, you cannot ruin the illusion.
Yeah. This is where all their money is, dude. Like Disney World's like the classic case of like late stage capitalism. If they could make their own country, they would.
I mean, they kind of did, didn't they? Though, like, it's just very expensive.
They have their own world. It's Disney World, right?
Yeah,
Disney, like they're not playing around.
They keep saying, "Oh, if we could, we would," so we don't pay attention to the fact that they already did.
It's already there, and half of their country's just parking lot. No, but yeah, like my friends who worked at Disney, like they all tell me the same stories. Like, yeah, you go into training and you go into this white room and you watch a bunch of videos and then you leave and you're just like good at your job. And I'm like, yo, they're brainwashing you, dog. And they immediately all of them get defensive, like, no. It's just like, yeah, it's classic brainwashing, dude. I don't know what to tell you. The way you're acting, yeah. Like to this day, some of them still point with like 3 fingers or whatever. You're supposed to point with 2 or 3 fingers. Never with 1, and they still do that shit. I like how like chubby you made this Mickey Mouse, dude.
Yeah, man, I made him into a
Yeah,
bee.
he's like bodied down, but like with these like hardcore arms.
like,
that bean shape, man. It's that animation bean shape. Gotta have it.
he's like bowling, or he's like a bowler or something. He's like a fat guy, but he has really buff arms because he bowls.
He's definitely a bowler.
I love it so much.
So next I have to draw myself somewhere in this.
Yeah, it's like you have to. I thought you were gonna put yourself as that and just put Mickey Mouse as like one of the goons you had to fight. You're doing it in reverse. This is fucking sick.
So Mickey's a mouse, right? So he
has a tail.
Alright, so I'm gonna draw myself as a tall person.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a torso. And instead of hands, like just put smoke like around your leg where the hands are supposed to be.
I love his gut, like Mickey's gut in this fucking One Piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, why is he looking down now? Wait.
Because I changed my mind.
Are you gonna make him huge? And you're tiny?
I don't own a brown.
Your silence is deafening, Mel. Oh no, it's just your head. Okay. I was like, I'm super down for giant mouse and tiny Mel.
So kids, if kids are watching this, which you shouldn't be watching this is not rated you. Rated adult.
If you are driving in your car and your child is in the backseat on YouTube and you can hear our voice, it's too late.
It's what's too late. Are you painting on yours now?
Huh?
Are you painting on yours now?
Yeah, I'm gonna color it in.
Nice. I'm not gonna lie, I heard like the Tinkerbell ding, like ding. I was like, what the heck is that? Oh, you look it up. It's so spooky.
Yeah, I'm looking up because I'm dead.
I know, but like it's so. What were you looking up at? Like did he jump above you to cut your head off, and then you were like looking at him as he did the final blow, like, or did you have like 10 seconds of like life as your head rolled onto the ground and you looked at him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you looking at because you're dead, or are you rolling your eyes like
You're like, damn it, I lost my head again.
Here we go.
I hate when this happens. Now I have to grow this big
I hate
gap.
when this happens.
It's the 4th time this
This
week.
is the worst.
Mickey,
dead
every
now.
time.
Dang it.
You're gonna be a good boy in my park now, Mel? Huh? I don't want to keep teaching you this lesson, boy.
Oh man, freaking Mickey! Of course he would murder me.
Of course, of course. What? Is this your unseen fetish?
I was just gonna say this is his kink.
He's smiling.
Like Mickey, you know what this does. Oh, Mickey, you're so fun. You're so funny. Hey, Mickey.
Yeah, he's like licking his lips. Look how disgusted Mickey looks at you. You're just like, Poor thing.
Gotcha.
Cut deeper. Put daddy. Yeah. Yo, bonus points if you make the D and deeper, the D and daddy, like the D in Disney.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Alright, hold on.
Bonus points.
Amazing.
Are you gonna make him more of a bean body?
No, he's beanie enough, right? He's so beanie.
He's so beanie. Deeper daddy, I love it. Bonus points on the fucking D. This is sick.
What should I do in the background? Castle.
You gonna do this? Is in the Disney park. This went down.
Oh yeah,
You said castle.
castle, baby. Yeah. This picture's so disturbing.
I just love how disgusted he is with you. It's my favorite thing.
Oh my god.
Nothing but pleasure for you. Like, yes.
Yeah, I should put a speech bubble for him saying something.
What are you gonna put?
Just like, how many times do I have to kill you? Well,
That's it. Just...
you're banned.
When are you gonna get it through your thick skull there, Mel? You're not welcome here.
That's perfect. You're not welcome here.
Oh god,
Right
look at
into
this
it.
disgusted Mickey Mouse. I love it so much. He's so he's just disgusted by your presence.
The disdain in his eyes.
So Gabee, Gabriela, what do you see in yourself for future with art? What do you see? What are you going to do? What are you planning?
Well, shit. Hopefully, I can keep it going. You know. I know I'm gonna keep pursuing. I have a couple things, like I guess, in mind for the long run. And I hate to sound so cliche, but it's like I don't want to talk about it. I'm just kidding. I mean, I think we all have like, you know, our shit that we're like, well, can't talk about that because these motherfuckers out here are grabby. But I don't know. I'm definitely going to continue on this path. I mean, I've put so much like time and effort. That's it now. We're riding this till the wheels fall off. If it don't work, it don't work. So please, for the love of God, if you see me on the side of the road in a couple of years, don't post it on Instagram. You don't even have to give me money. Just please don't post it.
Please, I need help. Please, anything.
Please, I'm so hungry.
I'm so hungry. I will draw your portrait in the mud with your stick. Please.
I will draw you like French woman.
like French woman.
If only you will feed me one corn chip.
I love like all the places that accent went. It just went like
Yeah,
7 different places. Sick.
what kind of emotional place I'll be in at that point. That was what I'll be doing. It's like, God, what happened to you? Where have you been? Right here. You never left Miami? No.
Now you're British. No.
So this is like Madonna reason behind this. Like you spent in England, you fell in love with a British man, now you think you're British. It's like, no.
No.
Just because. Just because I want to.
Cows.
It's just because. I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. like it's so ridiculous that like no one could even be upset. Yo, I'm loving these Dragon Ball Z eyebrows you got on this Mickey, dog. This Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan 3 eyebrows right now. These.
Yeah, no eyelashes or eyebrows at all. Just
Yeah,
the straight brow, the hard brow.
These like Guile from Street Fighter eyebrows you got. Just pure rage and flesh and nothing else.
Straight caveman eyebrows.
I still love it. Also, Gabriella, do you ever think you're gonna transition to like digital art, or are you gonna stick with physical art?
I literally don't even know how to work iTunes, so probably not in the near future. I mean, like, I have so much respect for digital artists because I feel like, shit, that's a lot to learn, and I have a hard time with like technology. I don't know. I really do like traditional art. That's just like what I roll with. I've doodled on an iPad and this and that. My brother is a really, really, really skilled animator and shit. Like even down to like he'll sit there and like draw the 500 different little drawings and flip them on a Lazy Susan. Like it's cool as fuck. But I don't know if it's like my thing. Mm-hmm. I have the ability to, like, I have the stuff for it, but like I've just never really gotten into it. There's like nothing calling me to it. It might be like a day where I suddenly am just like, gosh, why have I never done this before? Like, I don't know, it'll just like click maybe, and it'll become like a part of my repertoire. But for right now, I don't know. Just because. I don't know.
just because.
I don't know. I think Mickey needs to say something. I don't know what.
I just love how you put like a Bushido like little thing with an ATM and then the castle on the left. What do you think Mickey should say? I don't know. I think you disgust me. Look at him. He's like disgusted.
He disgusts me.
Or maybe like I'm late. You made me late for bowling for this or something. You disgust me there, pal.
Gross. You'll always be gross.
You're nasty. You've always been nasty.
You're disgusting and I hate you. Everything you represent. Oh boy, you're a piece of shit.
Oh boy, you're.
I got it.
Oh, this piece of shit again.
He just keeps coming back for more.
I kill him and I kill him, and he's always here again.
I keep trying to die, but they won't let me.
You had to make it
weird.
You just had to, didn't you, buddy?
You just had to make it fucking weird.
You just had to make it weird. I like how you're questioning. Weird? Like that's a statement, but you put a question mark.
Gabee, what would you say to up and coming artists? Well, what would you say to encourage them to move forward and not give up and not to stop?
That I don't know. Just do it. Don't fucking stop. For what? What are you gonna stop for? So that you can like one day like be bummed out that you did? Like honestly, like I wish I had some kind of like hardcore, sounds great, quotable, put it on my tombstone wisdom. But really the truth is just like if you want to fucking do it, do it. And the day you don't want to do it anymore, don't force it. But like I don't think that you should feel limited. I don't think that you need to do... Actually, the best advice I feel like I can give, take care of your fucking back. And don't think that you need to do one fucking style forever if you're going to be taken seriously as an artist or garner any kind of popularity. Like, you can do what you want. Keep experimenting. Keep growing. Change your style if you want. Have fun with it. Because everyone's always like, oh, grow, grow, grow. But, like, if you're an artist, you're supposed to, like, stick to one thing forever. Fuck that noise. Evolve. Keep going. And if you're feeling stagnant, switch it up. Don't be scared. Tell people no if you want to tell people no. It's not going to ruin your career as like a commissioned artist if you tell someone no to a project. Don't take on shit you don't want to do. That's other good advice, I feel like.
Yes. Right on. I'll double that. Absolutely never do something that is going to compromise how you feel. If you don't like the commission, just don't do it. You're not forced to.
Yeah, and you're going to produce something you're not going to be proud of. Even if it's executed well and the technical skill is all there, if you're doing something that you're not into and you don't fucking feel it, it is going to be visible in your work. Maybe not to others, but to you, and it's always going to bother you. So don't do it. There will always be other projects. And I am one of those people that believes, like, when you say no to things, you kind of, like, put it out there that that's not, like, what you're looking for, and then you lessen your chance of facing that again, if that makes sense. And if you're producing something that you don't want to just for the sake of doing it and putting it in your portfolio and making that quick buck, that's what you have to show now. And that's what people are going to think you want to do. So don't box yourself in by feeling like you have to take on every single project that comes your way. Like, do what you want to do. Not always what you think like you have to, because you don't. You don't have to. Like, it's okay. Get a day job so you can do your art and stuff and like make and be picky.
Right.
Don't feel shame. You don't have to be an artist 24 hours a day. You can be an artist and like just because you're not sitting in some like luxe studio drowning in commission work, it doesn't take away your rights to like call yourself an artist.
Artist freedom.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I feel like there's, when I was younger, for sure, I used to think, like, I'm not an artist unless I'm in a gallery. I'm not an artist unless people are paying me constantly to create art. And that's bullshit. I think artists, we do that. Like, young artists, for sure, do that to themselves a lot. And I feel like you can't. Like, that's comparing. And comparison, I hate to be dramatic, but it's, like, literally the cancer of creativity.
Yes. Absolutely. That's wise words. And, so I'm going to thank you very, very much for being here with us. I've told you already, you're definitely one of my favorite artists, and I fanboy over your work all the time because it's majestic. It really is. And I thank you for being here with us. I really do.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you guys. This was fun as hell.
I'm glad you
Right
had
on.
fun. Hey.
Maybe next season when we have another show, we'll welcome you back. You can be here with us. Free for all competition or something that we do. We'll be glad to have you back.
Ooh.
Oh, damn, for sure. Anytime, y'all just let me know. Your people can contact my people.
Right on.
Just because.
Just because.
I can't wait until we see her again, and then she's done with like 3 Salma Hayek pieces. And then we have the dreaded Salma Trejo. I'm really excited.
All right, guys. So this is we're the last few minutes. So again, thank you, Andre. Thank you for being here as well. Any last words? Anybody?
Artist Freedom. What was it? What'd you say? It was a really good punk band name that you said. Something is the cancer of creation.
Oh, comparison is the cancer of creativity.
Boom.
Yes.
That's a good punk
Wise
band.
words, yo. Wise words. And with that, we'll leave you guys.
If you made it through the video, I want to say thank you, and you're a champ. And we're doing this for you. We want you to get to know these artists and follow us on this journey. So make sure you subscribe, you follow us on social media, and tune in next week and the following weeks for the new artists that are going to be on here. Thank you once again. Hope to see you next week.